Hey Google, morning routine.
Good morning, Sophia. It's 7:37 a.m. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Currently in Craigieburn it's 14 degrees and clear. Today, it'll be sunny, with a forecasted high of 26 and a low of 14. And tomorrow, there'll be scattered thunderstorms. Have a good one. Here's the latest news.
So I thought it was an excellent first flight back after at least a year since I had been flying. So it was a very good day. I didn't think I could do 12 minutes of flights, but as it turned out, I wasn't too bad after 12 minutes of flight, so I'd say my stamina is improving, which is excellent. So overall it was a really good day. Now this is where we're going to be working from the netting. So we're going to practice some turning left and right. As you may have noticed from earlier practice videos, turning left is no problem for me. Well, there she goes, round she goes left. The right, I sort of get stuck part way with the right. I'm not so sure what that's about, but certainly the left turning is excellent. Sometimes uncontrollable, but most often I'm just doing a whizzy dizzy myself, having a good time. Looking a bit top heavy there. Yes, give instruction to change the wind. Here we go, there we go, round to the right. Then we get stuck. No, we're stopping. Change hand positions, there we go, left easier, turn, try right, let's go left is easier. Lay, there we go, whizzy dizzy. Still looking top heavy on this one. But it could have something to do with the amount of wind that they're blowing up. If they're not blowing enough wind for my weight, they'd probably blow the instructor to smithereens if they did put the right wind up. But I see him often making signals to the wind operator to up it or down it. Now we're going to attempt to go forwards and back. No, we're not. That's the coloured lights indicate that we're going to come out of the... I'm not finished yet with my left turns. Alright, end of that turn. Let's take a smoko and come back for another one. Yep, let's get the air right. I haven't lost weight in that intermission. Now we're going down again. Let's work on those turns again, I think is what he's indicating we need to do. Okay. Now the hand signals for turning are different Sydney to Melbourne, interestingly enough. The Melbourne having me turn my hands in a particular way, so the wind, it's a bit like a sail I suppose, the wind will blow me around. But in Sydney it was a higher and lower, and that's why I could turn left easier than right, because my right was a stronger arm and I could lift the right up more than I could my left, and so I just kept, because I think it's down and you'll turn that way. So I was automatically turning left and not right. There's the way, round we go. Sometimes I'm thinking the instructor Kai was getting a bit dizzy or lost in being able to grab me. Oh, here comes the buddy. We're going for a spin. He's going to take me for a spin. Now what I also noticed is, and maybe I've been doing this a few times now, because this was this time I was up to 27 minutes. I'm now at 39 minutes in the tunnel. The Melbourne are doing this slower, this whizzy dizzy up. I'm pretty sure it was faster in Sydney. They may have been more experienced instructors in Sydney because the Sydney had been going for years. and so forth. So I don't know how new these instructors were. Kai certainly isn't trained enough to do the spinning up. That's why the other gentleman who we weren't even introduced to came to do that. But I'm pretty sure my memory of my experience was that Sydney up, and it was difficult to tell with the video because I had it on 300% before, so it was a bit hard to tell. So here we're going to try backwards and forwards now, I think. We're a little bit rocky all over the place. Now the backwards and forwards is quite a challenge, because it's almost like you have to have your hands and your feet connected on a string. So when your hands go forward, your feet come up, and that way you'll go backwards. And when your feet go out, your hands come back towards you, and then that will be forwards. So I think that's forwards and that's back, and then your feet have to do the opposites of it. And that was challenging, and I could tell just by watching it back, but I remember at the time, after a few minutes of doing this, it was really hard work. I was getting quite exhausted and getting confused, like arms and legs. Like it would be easier in my mind if arms went out and legs went out, arms came in, legs came in, but they weren't. They were, I don't know what you call it, synchronized. I'm going for another whizzy now. Yep. The other guy's back, we're going for another whizzy. Here we go. Yeah, see, that's such a slow go, which was alright because I was able to enjoy the moment and take in everything. Whereas the first time I went whizzy dizzy, my memory was just so fast. It was like, oh, my head was spinning, which I don't remember my head spinning this time. So I'd say that it was much slower than what Sydney doing. Oh, Sydney are Sydney, aren't they? Like to do their own things. All right, here we go. We're off again. Now we're going to work down on the netting. Let's see if we can get this. Now, are we doing spins or are we doing backwards and forwards? Oh, we're going to do backwards and forwards. So there's a top heavy again, see? All right. Doing a bit of a head dive. He's going to get the wind up a bit more. Let's get the wind up me a bit more. Let's work on this. Arms back. No, top heavy. And spinning around. No, that wasn't what he wanted. Still got to get the air right. Here we go. Up on the air. Get me up off the netting. Alright. Now, arms out. Arms back. See, it's really great that there's two guys in there, because I always said it would take two guys to manage me. I'm just too much of a woman for one man. There we go, backwards and forwards. They make it look so easy. Yeah, let's do a swap over. No, that was the take her for a spin. No, she doesn't want to go for another spin. Here we go, we're working on the backwards and forwards. And arms back, legs back, go forwards. Arms out, legs up, go backwards. Oh, it's so confusing. Flashy light, time up. Whew. Getting tired watching, let alone doing it. Alright. Let's have another go. Let's try and put things together. Let's have another go. We're going to fly. We're going to be off the ground. We're going to fly. Okay, up you go. In we go. Alrighty. Now. Yeah, I noticed the first time I got in the tunnel for this turn, that I was very, very surprised how steady I was. Swap positions. That's it. Alright. We're going to go forward. So the arms are towards me, legs are out. Legs are up, arms are out, you go back. It's muscle memory. It's just a matter of practice and practice, muscle memory. And that's what I think, there was muscle memory there from previous flights, which I have remembered in previous flights when I've gone to Sydney to practice, that I might not remember what I need to do, but the body does, which is so good. Makes it so much easier. So next flight, which at the moment they're in shutdown for the COVID-19, sports centres and so forth have shut down. So we managed to get in just before that happened, within a few days actually. So when that reopens come the spring, I've already bought my tickets for 10-minute flights. 10 minutes of flights, which will be 5 2-minute pieces. We'll see how it goes. It'd be nice if I get a one-on-one instructor. Let's see how we go. I might speak to them when I book it in to see if I can book a least popular time so that it can be just me. Because that was really useful when I had one of those Sydney trips. I think it was the June Sydney trip. It was just one-on-one with Jimmy. Looks like he can't control me. Here's the flashy lights again, so we're going out now. Time out. Come on, girl. Out you go.